Krishna's a cute little boy. Krishna Krishna steals butter from the Gopis. Krishna Krishna, they're going to get you. Run Krishna, run, run, run. Krishna Krishna's a cute little boy. Krishna Krishna steals butter from the Gopis. Krishna Krishna, they're going to get you. Run Krishna, run, run, run. Krishna Krishna's a cute little boy. Krishna Krishna steals butter from the Gopis. Krishna Krishna, they're going to get you. Run Krishna, run, run, run. Krishna Krishna's a cute little boy. Krishna Krishna steals butter from the Gopis. Krishna Krishna, they're going to get you. Run Krishna, run, run, run. Run Krishna, run, run, run. Run Krishna, run, run, run.
Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Did you keep Krishna in your heart throughout the week? All the time? Was Krishna playing with you? Did you close your eyes and see Krishna? When the Gopis became proud, Krishna disappeared from them. But when Krishna disappeared, the Gopis, missing Krishna, could only think about Krishna. First they wept. Then they started thinking that how Krishna used to walk, how Krishna played with them, how Krishna smiled at them. And then they remembered all the other stories of Krishna. One would walk like Krishna. You know, nobody can walk like Krishna. Only I can show you how to walk like Krishna. And they would forget themselves and start walking like Krishna. Somebody picked up a flute and they started playing like Krishna. Somebody would say, but no one sings like Krishna. So someone made the pose, how Krishna sings so sweetly. Others started thinking that how Krishna protected us. So one became Putna, other became little Krishna and jumped into her lap. And others were playing different roles of Krishna. They just forgot. And they were just thinking about Krishna, how Krishna protected them, how Krishna stopped all the evildoers to harm them, how Krishna saved them from Bakasur, how Krishna saved them from Agasur. All this they were thinking, and they were playing all these roles. And somebody suddenly became, that calf. You remember that cow who was attacking Krishna? That one became Bakasur, and then one went and held that person's arm and pulled their arms as though Krishna is pulling the beak of Bakasur. They were constantly thinking about all that Krishna had done for them. Sometimes we forget. When we don't get what we want, we start crying. We start saying, I don't believe in God, God didn't give me this. We start crying. But we forget that how many times, what all Bhagwan Krishna has done for us. They started thinking of all that how much Krishna loves them and all that Krishna did. And in that they forgot themselves and they were thinking only of Krishna. And then some of them started searching for Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, where have you gone? Krishna, Krishna, where have you gone? And they went into the forest. Some even alone into the forest. It was dark. There could be the night prowlers, light creatures, but they were not afraid. They were just looking for their Krishna. They went searching for Krishna everywhere. Some of them as group, some of them singing as though all the singing like Krishna would sing. Some of them singing for Krishna. Come Krishna, come Krishna, come Krishna. Others playing different roles of Krishna, that if someone comes in the darkness, how would Krishna fight with them? No, all this they were going around and they were looking, they were calling out to the trees and the flowers, and they were looking, and somebody spotted Krishna's footsteps. And they could recognize, because Krishna's footsteps has got some very special marks. And they who worshipped the feet of Krishna, they knew these marks. Many of them had held Krishna as a little baby and seen his soft, soft baby foot. And his baby foot had marks of Lord Vishnu. You also see, you have also got lines under your feet, just as you've got lines in your hand, and they are special only for you. But no one has the way Bhagwan has. They could recognize his footprints, but at the same time, they recognize there was a footprint of another gopi also. They said, here our Krishna has gone into the forest, and there is the footprint of another gopi. Who must she be? Because of whom? He left us all pretty gopis. Who is she that he has gone alone with that gopi? And they saw that somewhere they have sat down. They have seen that there are flowers everywhere. Acha, so he has plucked flowers and put in her hair. But when they were crying for Krishna and they saw these footprints, they even go further and they see that suddenly Krishna's footprints become heavy and these gopis' footprints disappear. Somewhere they see that the footprints are close. Acha, so now he was close to the gopi. Now he must have carried the gopi. That's why his footprints are heavy. But they did not feel jealous. They thought, who is this special gopi who must have loved and worshipped Krishna so much that Krishna left us all and took this gopi with him? They were thinking, who could she be? And yes, some people guess right. It was none other than Radha. Radha, the gopi who loved Krishna the most, whom all the gopis adored. And they wanted to love Krishna like Radha. Even though Shukdevji Maharaj, who was telling the story to Parikshit Maharaj, the king, never took even the name of Radha, because if you take the name of Radha, he would go into meditation, he would not be able to tell the story. Therefore, no mention of her name is there. Only the gopis felt that this must be the one who has loved, who has done his aradhana. When the gopis thought like this, they went further. And what did they see? That even that gopi was sitting there crying away. Krishna had left her also and gone. And they asked that gopi, what happened? Has that Krishna, who is without any attachment, has he left you and gone also? And she says, yes, even I suddenly started thinking, oh, my feet are tired, will Krishna carry me? And Krishna left me also and went away. Now all these gopis, seeing Krishna go deeper into the forest, decided to go back to the river Yamuna, because if they go chasing Krishna and Krishna goes deeper and deeper into the forest, what if there are wild creatures? What in the darkness if some thorns or even poisonous thorns prick his feet? Or what if the stones hurt his feet? These gopis could not bear that for their mistake, Krishna would run further and further away into the forest alone. So all these gopis, crying with tears in their eyes, holding that other gopi, they came on the banks of the river Yamuna. And there, remembering all the wonderful things, all the beautiful sports and plays that Krishna did, some enacting it again, some calling out, and they called out with love to Krishna, remembering Krishna and saying, "Oh Krishna, this whole land of Vraj which was already so great with such beauty, but has become blessed by the touch of your lotus feet, that the dust of this Vraja, even Lakshmi, abandoning the glory and richness and beauty, the splendor and the peace of Vaikunt, has come here, because only here you can get the dust of your feet." Indeed, Vraj is blessed, and we, the people of Vraj, is blessed that you, to remove all these harmful creatures and to protect us, you came for us. And many a times we did not know your greatness, but we know now that you are not the son of the cowherd. You are not the son of Gopika, Yashoda Maya. Because you are the Supreme Lord. On the request of Brahmaji, the Creator, and all the Devatas, you have come to bless this earth. At the same time, you who have come to bless, you who protected our lives, now are taking away our lives by being separate from us. You have become the very life breath of ours. Are you going to take away our life, who gave us life and protected us from all these demons? How can you become heartless? Because we, pining for you, calling out for you, don't you see our pain and our sorrow? But till now they were still thinking about their pain and sorrow. But out of love, missing Krishna. And they said, "We know that you are the one who watches all our thoughts. Even now, who is recognizing and knowing our thoughts, our feelings. Don't you see that those who love you are crying for you, calling out for you? Can't you see our love for you and how much we are missing you? Will you not come to us? Oh Kanhaiya, please come to us." And then they started thinking, "Hey Krishna, for us you went into the forest, but our hearts are aching and paining because your soft feet will be hurt by those pebbles, those rocks, those thorns. Now enough, come here. We have placed our clothes, our soft hearts are for you to keep your feet. Come to us. And while crying, these gopis, forgetting themselves, only thinking about Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. They were calling out to Krishna. Hey Gopala, hey Krishna, come to us. Gopala, 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 Gopala. Come, you also sing. Call out. Gopala, 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 Nand ke lala, Gopala, Nand ke lala, Gopala, Gokul bala, Gopala, Gokul bala, Gopala, 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 Nand ke lala, Gopala, Gokul bala, Gopala, 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 Aja, Aja, Gopala, Jaldi se Aja, Gopala, Aja, Aja, Gopala, Jaldi se Aja, Gopala, 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 Gopala. And when the gopis called out Krishna with love, suddenly Krishna appeared in middle of them. He was there only. He had not gone anywhere. He had also put on one of the dupatta, one of the scarves of the gopis, and he was watching the gopis, remembering him, speaking about him, singing his glories, and looking at them. And when in their love, they were only thinking of Krishna, 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 Gopala, 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 Kanaya, 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 all that they were thinking. Krishna suddenly appeared in front of them. Now that the gopis saw him, even though they were delighted, they pretended to be upset with him. And they say, what kind of a loving person are you? What kind of a person you are? Heartless? There are some people who give love to those who give them love. These are business type of people, commercial people. They will give only love when they get love. But there are some great people who love even those people who don't know them, who love those people also who don't love them. And there are some people who are wicked, who don't even love those who love them, or they are these realized saints who, because they are totally detached, don't see anybody else, they don't love even those who love them. Not because they hate them. So Krishna, what type of a lover are you? Who will give love for love, or who does not even give love to those who give them love? Or You are that type of lover who gives love. In which manner? If you really loved us, Krishna smiled. He said, I don't come under any of these categories. So he said, then, he said, I disappeared from you so that I hid myself from you, so that in the fire of separation, in the sorrow of separation, in that missing me, you would remember me and me alone. And when you remember me and me alone, I am everywhere. You can see me. I never went away from you. And it is not that I am not giving you love for your love. In fact, to bring love in your heart. And as our Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda says, the real joy of love is when you find love in your heart to give everyone, because that love is Krishna. And I wanted you to just love me and remember me alone. And this happens when you feel. That is why when we forget Bhagwan, Bhagwan is not seen by us. And even when we love and call Bhagwan, and now and then we feel him in our heart, we see him in nature, and we feel so beautiful and lovely. But then again, we forget the Lord. But Bhagwan makes us miss him. And when we miss someone, we think of him. So, these gopis forgot all their pride, their ego, their selfishness, thinking only about themselves, me, I. And all they were thinking was Krishna, Krishna. Now these gopis had got no ego. Their body, also their clothes, Krishna had taken away their attachment to their body. Now these gopis had no enjoyment for themselves. Krishna was there to give them enjoyment. They were there to give Krishna enjoyment. And now Krishna, seeing their pure love, where there was not this I and my and me, but only Krishna, Krishna. And for Krishna, there was only these gopis and gopis to whom he was giving love. And on the banks of the river Yamuna, there took place the most beautiful dance called as the Raas Leela. A dance so beautiful that even the heavenly denizens, the devatas, the angels, all of them came to see. And all the Gandharvas, the musicians of the universe, they started playing music, and the sound of the bangles and the anklets and the singing of the gopis and the sound of the flute of Krishna, they were dancing. And in this Raas, between two gopis, there was one Krishna. And the way Krishna was dancing, that each time he faced the gopis, and in the center also was Krishna only. And the gopis were seeing Krishna everywhere. And in that sheer joy, they were just dancing with Krishna. And all that they experienced was happiness, 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 joy. And what a dance it was. They say that time came to a standstill there, and that dance still continues. How wonderful, no? To dance with Krishna. Have you ever tried dancing for Krishna? So that one day you can dance with Krishna. And the whole universe came to see the spectacular sight of so many Krishnas with all these gopis, and each one lost in the ecstasy, in the love of just love. For Krishna is love. And there was neither Krishna nor the gopis. It was just love, 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 love. But even though there appeared so many Krishnas, and each gopis felt that Krishna was dancing with me only, but Krishna stood in the center. And all the gopis danced round Krishna. But one gopi, having left the circle of the dance, knowing that Sri Krishna is in the center of our heart, the center of the universe, came close to Krishna, and in her meditation she came seeing Krishna and Krishna alone, and came into his arms. While Krishna played his flute, she rested her shoulder, rested her head on his shoulder. And you know who she was? Radha. And this dance continued, it seems, for many nights, and nobody knew, because as such, the bodies of the gopis were in the house. The family members saw them there only. But these gopis, they lived in bliss in the Raas, on the banks of the river Yamuna. And after the dance, they all went into the waters of the river Yamuna and played there and bathed there. And that way, Sri Krishna delighted and gave love to all the gopis of Vrindavan. And what the gopis got, even the sages in their meditation cannot in every thought make Krishna dance. But you as pure children, you can. With every thought, Krishna, 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 and life becomes a joyful dance. What a dance! And when these gopis danced there, and when the morning came, it seems that for the gopis in Vrindavan, the Raas Leela still continues. But when the day came, now happy, they returned homes. But nobody in the house missed them. And all of them, knowing of their pure love, they loved these gopis who did all their duties. But for Krishna, they abandoned everything and went to Krishna and returned back with more love in their hearts. Thus, dance with Krishna and he dances with you. And when Krishna and you dance through life joyfully, happy in all situations and circumstances, you will find that you are happy and you can spread that happiness to everyone. Krishna, Krishna, Radha, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna's a cute little boy. Krishna, Krishna steals butter from the gopis. Krishna, Krishna, they're going to get get you. Run, Krishna, run, run, run. Krishna Krishna's a cute little boy. Krishna Krishna steals butter from the Gopis. Krishna Krishna, they're going to get you. Run, Krishna, run, run, run. Krishna Krishna's a cute little boy. Krishna Krishna steals butter from the Gopis. Krishna Krishna, they're going to get you. Run, Krishna, run, run, run. Krishna Krishna's a cute little boy. Krishna Krishna steals butter from the Gopis. Krishna Krishna, they're going to get you. Run, Krishna, run, run, run. Run, Krishna, run, run, run. Run, Krishna, run, run, run.